Now, from Central Oregon's news leader, this is News Channel 21 at 6.
On one of the coldest mornings of the year, people from Camp Sherman to parts of Bend got a rude wake-up call.
More than 3,000 Central Electric customers lost power this morning. Adam Arrow continues our team coverage and has more on what happened and how the company responded.
Seated high above the ground outside Sisters, Central Electric furiously works to repair a vital piece of its power puzzle.
That is the main highway. That's the superhighway for power.
The company says early Tuesday morning, the sub-zero temperatures attacked the connections to these 69,000-volt transmission lines. The lines then broke free and fell to the ground, activating a defense mechanism to prevent further electrical damage. The problem for some 3,000 customers, though, is to do that, their power needed to be turned off. Not exactly welcome news when the temperatures are well below freezing.
We have virtually every person in the company working on this right now.
Working on the problem, though, is a delicate process, one that requires Central Electric to bring back power slowly rather than all at once.
The surge in demand can trip a breaker or cause a fuse to blow. We try to bring on as large an area as possible, but that's not always possible when the system is so cold. And we're talking about literally heating up, thousands of homes at once.
So for now, it's a waiting game for some of those still affected. Adam Arrow, News Channel 21.
More than half of Central Electric's affected customers had power restored by late afternoon, but CEC officials say it could be tomorrow before the last customers have their power back. And they warn those still without power not to wait it out in the dangerous cold conditions. Meanwhile, in La Pine, Mid-State Electric had a 2-hour power outage this morning, affecting about 250 customers in the Newberry Estates area. And as for the people of Sisters, they had a few different options to cope with these outages.
News Channel 21's Kate Paul checked into a few of those ways today. She joins us now with more. Kate?
Welly and Kelsey, going to a friend's house, an emergency shelter, or a local lodge were just a few things Sisters residents did today. They helped pass the time and kept people safe and warm.
And because it's warmth, you need warmth and water, or your basic. Right.
When the community of Sisters lost power Tuesday morning, Red Cross came to the rescue.
Care plan. Right.
This building was converted from an elementary school to an emergency shelter to keep warm in and educate people about staying safe in situations like this.
Some people even like to use the little emergency glow lights, but they don't last long.
Tips like having a first aid kit handy, lots of water, and a way to communicate besides a phone were all brought up. But as of noon, Sisters residents hadn't made their way to the shelter.
Not yet. We have the volunteers here, but fortunately people must be taking care of each other or are okay for the time being.
Another option for the community of Sisters, Aspen Lakes Golf Course.
It's nice and warm here, too.
The lodge opened its doors to people like Diana Meyer, who woke up to a high of 34 degrees inside her house.
Really cold and couldn't figure out why the heat wouldn't come on really soon, because usually the electricity's not out that long, so I was surprised at how cold it was in the house.
Also surprised, her dog Rupert.
He got in bed with me and didn't come out until he had to. So.
Lucky for Diana and Rupert, they'll be spending the night in their propane-heated camper. But for those that don't have that option, the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office says to be smart and find a warm place.
Temperatures are expected to be below zero again tonight, and so it wouldn't be prudent or safe for people to spend the night in their homes if they have no heat source.
And now here are a couple more tips the Sheriff's Office wanted to pass along. If you're still out of power, the Sister Shelter's open all night. And if you do have power, reduce it. It'll shorten the amount of time it takes to get electricity back to everyone else. Kate Paul, News Channel 21.
Good advice, Kate. Thank you very much. Bend La Pine school buses had problems of their own this morning.